once we can click on the parameters, right, we are able to see for example, what are the we are done as of now parameterization. It will showing those. So for example, username param will be there. So we know for the parameter types, and this is the file path, nothing but what is the parameter name, what is the parameter extension file,
dot dat
dot. Okay. And this is the by name means what is the which value we are doing, we need to select this one. And after that,
okay.
we have you can observe, we have here one properties will be there. Actually, these are the parameter types, and we have the different type of properties will be there. So what is those properties means, you can observe, we have the properties sequential, random, unique. Sequential, random, unique.
Random, unique.
And same to the we have the other also we have. So each iteration, each occurrence, and once. So when we can use this property means, for example, we have the multiple data. So I want to use for that data as per our requirement. For example, you can observe we have the recharge cards will be there, right, in previous. So we can, once we can use that one, again we can use it.
No,
right? So in this situation, what will happen? See, for example, one time we can use means that user will be not again we not unable to log in the details. So same way, this is the requirement. Maybe sometimes what will happen, some different application will be there. So those will unsecure applications. You can log in one person in the multiple time also, it is possible to log in. So that is why depends on the requirement. We need to select for the sequential or random or unique, you can select. And the same to the we have the each iteration, occurrence, and once. So this we can call it as a parameter properties. Anyone ask for the what are the parameter properties means? Sequential, random, unique. Unique. And the same to the each iteration, each occurrence, and once property. So using this, we need to how to we can do. I will explain for today class. First, we'll go to the first sequential. Sequential. What is the sequential? Anyone guess? What is the sequential?
One order. In one order.
Yes, it's a order. Okay. Sequential nothing but we want to like sequentially user will be pick. Like for example, sequential nothing but what is the sequential nothing but every user has to pick the first data point. Every user has to pick the first data point. So, and each iteration means what is the each iteration? Nothing but sequential each iteration. So, sequential each iteration, nothing but each iteration is a update for the values. First time A value is picked. Second time will be not picked for the A because it is going as update as a B. See, I will explain for here. You can observe simulate means we are simulating for the sequential each iteration. You can click on simulate parameter, and I am giving for the number of users will be 5 and number of iterations will be 5. Means 5 users, 5 iteration I am giving. Just you can click on this simulate. You can observe. User 1 will pick the first iteration which value? Jojo. First value. User 2 also pick the same. User 3, user 4, user 5. Means sequentially it is picking first value. It will continue for the all users will be same value. When it is happen means sequential time it is happen. You can observe second iteration time. It is picking for the Jojo 1. All users is picking Jojo 1. And you can observe iteration 3. Jojo 2, Jojo 3, Jojo 4. So this is the sequential story. So I will explain in okay. Paint on it. Okay. So sequential each iteration. For example, we have the data points, username 1, okay, and password. So now I'm entering for the 1 is a username and 2 username and 3 my username and 4 is my username. And password point of view, A is my password. Assume just example I am telling, okay? B and C and D. Now we are doing for the sequential. What is the sequential? Sequential stand for every user has to pick the first data point. Actually, this is the, we can call it as a data point. This all will be data point. Every user has to pick the first data point, means what will happen? First user will pick the A and every user has to pick the A only, because we are doing for the sequential. See,
Okay.
this is the when is the first iteration time. Maybe second iteration time, what happened? Each iteration is coming. So that is why same value it is not picked. Each iteration means what happened? It is value will be updated. First time will be A will be there. Second time what will happen? B will be.
B.
In second iteration, what will happen? First user pick the
1,
B, and once
2,
all
3,
users pick the B, and 3 also
B,
pick the B, and 4 also pick the B. This is the
B.
second iteration.
Okay.
Means we can just observe what is the sequential, what is the each iteration observe. Sequential nothing but every user has to pick the first point. What is the point will be there, it will pick. Already we used B, so iteration nothing but what is the iteration, each iteration means it is update value. Already B is completed, means what is the next update value? C.
C.
So third iteration
Update
time what will
value.
happen? 1 will pick the C and 2 will pick the
2 will pick
C.
C.
3
C
will
and
pick the
4
C.
also.
4 also pick the C. And this is the third iteration. Fourth iteration explain Mastan. One which value is picked? Mastan? Mastan, are you there? Fourth iteration, which value is picked?
D, A, B, C, D.
See, first value, every user pick the, what is the sequence stand for? Every user pick the first data point. So what is the, already C is completed, means what is the next value? D.
D.
Because next value, why we are going? We are doing for the each iteration property. Each iteration nothing but what happened? Every iteration value will be updating.
Updating. Yes.
And the second time also D. Third time also D. And fourth time also D. This is the sequential each iteration. Now we can observe here in our script. So I given 5 iterations. We can observe user 1 will pick the Jojo. All user pick the Jojo only. And what will happen? Second time user will be updating which value it is coming? Jojo 1. Because each iteration. So Jojo 1 is picked all users. And third iteration what happened? Jojo 2 is picked. Jojo 3, Jojo 4. So like this will be sequential will be happen. It's clear everyone? Sequential?
Yes,
And
clear, sir.
sequential each iteration completed,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Now we can select as a random each iteration. What is the random stand for? Every user has to pick the randomly any value. Random nothing but anything it will pick. See, now we can simulate. This simulate nothing but our understanding point of view only we are doing here. 5 iterations. Click on this. Now you can observe here. We are doing for the random. First user will pick the Jojo 1. Second user also pick the Jojo 2. Means randomly pick the any value it will pick, because that is the random property.
Okay. Anywhere.
So understand random. So you can observe second iteration also for to any value, same value, so will pick, the chances will be there, because that is the random. Random nothing but, see, if it is this property it will use for banking applications. We can use. Yes or no?
Yes.
How? See, Mastan, I will give for my credentials. It will be your login details will be work.
Not
Your
work.
bank details.
Not work.
Then how it is support this banking application? So bank applications is the secure application. Means your username, your password only will work for you.
Yes.
My username I given, but your password I given, that is not work. But here what is this point of view? This is the different things. As a random means unsecured applications, it will be, we can use this type of things. Okay. That is the random. Now we'll go to the last one is the, what is that? Unique.
Unique.
Each
Unique.
iteration. So what is the unique? Every user has to pick the first unused data point. What is the unique? Every user has to pick the first unused data point. For example, we'll go to the paint. Okay. See, for example, I'm doing for the unique each iteration. Okay. First point. What is the unique? Every user has to pick the, this is the username and password. Okay. And I'm giving for the 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And I'm giving for the password is the A and B and C and D. Okay, assume just I give it. So now what is our property? Unique each iteration. What is the unique stand for? Every user has to pick the first unused data point. Actually, user name is 1. What is the unused data point for A?
A.
So 1 is the, what is the A? Because 1-to-1 mapping A. And each iteration means what will happen? Next time will be update for the value. And second value, what is the next to unused data
B.
point? B.
B to B.
D. B.
C. Means
B, C.
this
C.
is the banking application. It will be work because your username, your password only it will be picking.
Okay.
So means secured applications we can use for the unique each iteration property. Got it, everyone? And you can observe unique stand for every user pick the first unused data point. Each iteration means every time it is updating or not. Value will be updating.
Updating. Yes.
So this is the unique each iteration. And unique is each iteration completed, right? Now sequential each occurrence. So sequential each occurrence. So we know for the sequential already. What is the sequential? Every user has to pick the first data point only. Means first user pick the A, all users also pick the A only. But each iteration means what will happen? It is updating for the values. But each occurrence means every value will be as a occurrence value will be, it is updated. That is the occurrence property. So we can't simulate here. Means we are unable to simulate because you can observe here. When I click on this, you cannot simulate parameter whether updated value is on each occurrence. Alternatively, select each iteration. So means we don't have updated value. That is why you are not simulate here. It is telling. So this is the situation. We can't use every time, but sequential we can use. Okay, in this point of view, you can use for the each iteration, and the same way you can select for the unique also. Each occurrence it is coming. You can observe, and random you can select. Random means what will happen? Randomly it will pick for the any value, but occurrence you are given, it is a update for the every occurrence. That is the occurrence story. And going to the next sequential once. Next one is what? Sequential once. So first thing will be what is the sequential? Every
Update value.
First data
Pick
point.
update.
First data point.
Yes.
See, for example, we'll go to the here and
Every time we'll pick the first data point.
so sequential once property now. And username and password. Okay. Username I given A and B and C and D. Okay. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now, sequential stand for what? Every user has to pick the first data point. Means A will pick the 1 and remaining user also pick the 1 only.
1. No.
This is the which iteration? First iteration. Once property, what will happen, right? See, if you do for the second iteration, third iteration, or 100 iteration also, it will pick the same.
Same way.
Means A1 pick the B, B1. Means first iteration, what are the values will pick? It will continue for the all iterations. Means if it is the second iteration also same. A pick the 1, B pick the 1, C 1, D 1. You can observe here in our script, we can observe here sequential ones. See 5 times. You can observe first time user will be the Jojo. All times is picking from the Jojo only. That is the once property. Got it?
Okay.
Then we can select random. Click on simulate. See, first time random also randomly it is picking, and after that once property, what will happen? What are the values picked from the first iteration? All iterations will picking from the same.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Next, unique. Unique once. Unique once also you can observe. First time is picking for the actually 1-to-1 mapping, like unused data point. It will continue for the all the iterations.
Yeah.
So this is the properties. What are the properties we have? Sequential, random, unique, and each iteration, each occurrence, and once.
Each occurrence once.
So these properties we can use for the depends on our application. See, it is our secure application like banking application. Then we can use for the unique each iteration is a good thing for our point of, because 1-to-1 mapping is happen. So you can observe one thing, when we are selecting unique each iteration or occurrence, and once it will not showing for the continue with last value, but you can select for the each occurrence, and once each iteration you can observe we have the some values will be, it will be there. About user, continue with a cyclic manner, continue with the last value. Means what will happen means you can go to here. So you have the values, it will be continue and it will stop here. That is the one condition. Maybe it will continue means you have the 5 will be there. Assume here 5 will be there. Next time what will happen? What is the A unused data point? 5.
5.
Means it is a cyclic manner. Means it is a doing for the cyclically. So this is the things. Abort means it will abort the user. Like means after last user, it is automatically abort the user. And continue with cyclic manner means it is a continue with the cyclic. And continue with last value means what is the last value will be there. After that, it will be stop the our execution. That is the this property only, it will be applicable only unique only. You can select anything sequential, it will disable. You can select anything, this disable. Only it is a continue with last value only, it will be there. It's clear, everyone?
Yes.
So these properties you need to go to the material, and with the diagrams will be there. You need to understand and you need to simulate. You can do for the simulate, like you can give for the number of iterations and number of, and you can simulate and you can observe what property I given. You can observe random each iteration I given. Random nothing but what? Randomly pick the any value. Each iteration nothing but every iteration will be value is the updating. So just you can understand these all things, and tomorrow I will ask for the entire parameterization concept along with the what is the perform testing, how many components, and these all things I will ask for the interview questions. So everyone be ready, and as same to that today assignment I am giving everyone. So everyone please complete assignment. Everyone do for the script recording in WebTour and do for the parameterization and do for the parameter properties also. Please send in our group who are completed. Okay. Is it fine, everyone? Anyone any doubt?
Sir, yesterday I got error, sir.
I can share Miss Universe. Already I told for you, but you are
There was no power, sir.
now you are unable to share. Huh?
One second, I will share, sir.